Pixel art has become a staple in modern gaming, and when combined with the ever more popular permadeath mechanic, it can lead to some truly memorable gaming experiences. So I've decided to put together a small list of games that fit this description that you should definitely check out. And before we get started, I have to mention that, of course, all games on this list are based on personal taste. So without further delay, here are my top 5 permadeath pixel art games. Starting off our list, we have Delver at number 5. Delver is a first-person dungeon crawler with RPG elements and a nostalgic look that is definitely not out of style. Its use of billboarding harkens back to some of the first FPS games to hit the market, such as Duke Nukem 3D, Doom, and Quake. In this fantasy setting, you are on a quest for the Ythidian Orb, and you must fight your way through hordes of enemies and many unique settings to find it. Since it's available both on PC and Android, this 3D take on the classical roguelike would make a great addition to anyone's gaming library. Number 4. The Bit Dungeon Trilogy. Bit Dungeon 1, 2, and 3 are top-down, fast-paced action roguelikes that take place in a dark fantasy setting. At the start of the first game, you and your wife wake from a 1,000-year slumber, having been trapped in a dungeon by horrible demons. When you awake, you grab your weapons and begin your adventure. As you fight your way through hideous monsters, randomly generated dungeons, and gargantuan bosses, the difficulty increases. But don't worry, randomized weapons, armor, and other items give you plenty of powerful options to choose from for a completely customized experience. Passive abilities and buffs provide satisfying power ramping, and a soul at level 4 gives you a second chance. But don't get cocky, 2 strikes and you're out, and you'll have to start all over again. Due to its unique fighting mechanics, the Bit Dungeon Trilogy is by far the easiest on this list, which may appeal to those players looking for a more relaxing session of hacking and slashing. Coming in at number 3, we have Magicite. In this side-scrolling RPG, you fight your way through randomly generated biomes with increasingly malicious enemies. You must gather materials to craft weapons, tools, armor, and ammo. Better tools give you access to rarer materials, which can be used to craft even more powerful weapons and armor. However, you don't have to craft everything. Fantastic weapons and armor can be purchased at the village between each level, and rare items can be found throughout the world. But all the powerful weapons and armor in the world won't guarantee victory. Players must know their weapons and time attacks correctly, or else find themselves starting all over again. When you die, not all is lost though. You can unlock new characters, hats, and pets that can aid in your next run, and buff selections at the start of the game allow you to customize your character's abilities. And if all of this is just a bit too difficult, you can always invite up to 3 friends to take on the challenge with you. When one of you falls, they can be revived by another player, but if everyone dies, it's game over. Number 2. Realm of the Mad God. If 3 friends just isn't enough people to play with, Realm of the Mad God has you covered. Being a top-down MMORPG, you can play with dozens of people in many expansive open worlds. At the start of the game, you can choose from many unique unlockable classes. You'll spawn in a hub where you can make microtransactions to purchase items and cosmetics. While most cosmetics can only be bought with real money, weapons, armor, and many other items can also be found as loot or traded for with other players. And since the game is free to play, you never have to spend a dime to have as much fun as everyone else. At the hub, you can also manage your pets, which you can level up to aid on your quests. You can also stash away items in your personal vault so you don't lose them when you die. Once you're prepared, enter a realm to begin your adventure. You and up to 85 other players on the server will face monsters, dungeons, and bosses, all increasing in difficulty as you progress towards the center of the world. Once all the bosses have been defeated, Oryx, the Mad God, will teleport everyone on the map to his castle, where you will face some of the most fearsome foes of the game, and eventually Oryx himself. Most likely you will die in the attempt, unless you are properly prepared. If the challenge is too steep, the hub is a single keystroke away. And if you do end up perishing in the attempt, not all is lost. With every death you gain fame as a currency, as well as unlock new and more powerful classes. And if you planned ahead, you should have some items in your vault to get you started again. Oh, and don't worry, your furry friends will still be waiting for you. And taking the number 1 spot is Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a platforming action RPG. You are the survivor of a starship that wrecked on an alien world. Monsters are scattered across its surface, and you must battle your way through multiple stages to get back to your ship. With every monster you kill, you gain gold, which can be spent to unlock chests or activate shrines to gain items that increase your monster slaying power. You can spend as much time as you like on the level gathering gold and experience, but don't delay too long. A meter in the upper right corner gradually increases monster difficulty and spawn rates. Once you feel you've properly prepared, you can activate the teleporter, which will spawn a randomized boss as well as hordes of monsters. Once defeated, you can enter the teleporter to the next level. The game's difficulty almost guarantees you will die at least a few times before obtaining your first victory. But as with most games like this, upon death you can unlock new classes and items that you can use the next time you play. But if the game was in fact not hard enough, unlockable artifacts can add a unique challenge to every playthrough. Throughout your adventures, you find logs detailing your discoveries of the strange creatures inhabiting the planet. The eerie and oftentimes lonely story that unfolds is told through amazing pixel art and an outstanding soundtrack. All of this artistic talent paired with satisfying gameplay places Risk of Rain firmly in my number 1 spot. That just about wraps up this list. Was your favorite Permadeath pixel art game not on this list? Leave a comment down below with some of your favorites. And please, don't forget to leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe for more content. My name is Reese Cowan, thanks for watching and have a good one.